Hey guys, Farak here. Okay, I haven't done a straight up tutorial video in a while, so I figured I'd throw this one at you. I'm thinking of making a new section where I show you some interesting combinations that you can do with certain decks. I'll start off doing each color tier 1 and then eventually advance to all the other combinations. Now, I'm pretty much, at least in ranked, only a Fire Nature player, but I've played other colors and I understand some of the good combinations, so let me show you some of them. First of all, usually as Shadow, you're going to start with Dread Charger and Forsakens. The idea is you have your small counter here, which can also be nasty because it has nice health. And then you have your medium counters here with the built-in Frenzy, which is an amazing ability. Now, as I've showed you in videos, when you get enough Forsaken around the well or whatever, you can immediately Frenzy them all. And then as they're doing 55%, or I'm sorry, 100% more damage, and then as the enemy almost kills one of them, you quickly motivate it for only 25 power. It's almost dead, so that doesn't matter, and that gives another 55% boost, which gives these guys about 1,350 damage each, which is insane for a 50 power unit, and it will drop a well in absolutely no time. And even in tier 1, that's crazy. There are a couple of cute things you can do. First of all, you can have Forsaken. You can go near an enemy and you can click Frenzy and then run away. If it doesn't finish the animation, they don't actually Frenzy, so you can go like that and then walk away. And then the enemy will retreat thinking that you frenzied and really you didn't frenzy your units. So that's a nice little trick. Also, I've told you before, when you frenzy a unit, you should make sure that the minute before it actually dies, use your Dread Charger and the Reaping ability and suck up the health from the Forsaken. Now let me tell you a little something. This extra boost of attack and shield on the Dread Charger, Life Weaving stacks with it. What I mean is, Life Weaving lets this last for 50% longer, so you have stronger attack and shield for longer. So it's really useful if your Dread Charger builds up 1 or 2 Forsaken. This thing can be just as powerful, for example, as a deep one in tier 2, and that's amazing as a tier 1 unit. So let me just give you an example. I'm going to use these creepy crawly guys. With Life Weaving, he becomes extremely formidable. Look at how much damage he's doing to them, and they can barely touch him. So it's a really nice thing to do. He didn't even get out of that extra bonus yet. So it's very, very cool. That's a nice little trick. Another thing you'll want to do, hold on a second, Lubly just recorded a vid of you. Okay. He's been begging me for like 2 months. Anyhow, okay. Other things. Skeleton Warriors. A lot of top players use them. And the reason is because I only have upgrade 2. When they're upgrade 3, they have a ton of health. Use their ability, they take 60% less damage. You can Life Weave them as well, so they take like almost no damage whatsoever. They can start whacking a well and doing damage to the well, blah, 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 blah. And as they're about to die, you have 2 choices. You can use the Dread Charger to suck them up, or you can Nasty them, which will almost definitely finish the well and damage or kill units around it. So it's extremely useful. Hold on a second. Yes, you versus Aragorn. Okay. So that's a nice little trick with these Skeleton Warriors. Night Guard. I'm just picking random things here to show you. Night Guard's nice to use on enemies, but very commonly if you grab an enemy with your Night Guard, what's going to happen is the enemy will run it away because it's a swift unit and then swap right back. So what I do, which might not be the smartest thing, but it's my personal thing, is I drop a Nox. And I use the Night Guard for the swap. Now watch, after the swap, you can see for 10 seconds, the Night Guard takes 75% less damage. So what you have to do, look at the Nox. The Nox's ability takes 6 seconds of preparation. So after the swap, you have to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And after 5 seconds, use the Nox ability. And then no matter where the Night Guard runs, even if it's really far away, once the Nox starts its animation, after 6 seconds, which is 11 seconds after the swap, it will shoot out. The Night Guard will no longer have that protection, and the Night Guard will drop dead, and the enemy will not be able to swap back. So that's my personal thing I do with Night Guard and Nox. Otherwise, they get really annoying. Okay, let's see what else. Blah blah blah. Wrath blades. Okay, so they're good small counters, and their burnout gives them 60% more damage. So, well, before the thugs buff, they were excellent counters versus thugs. The problem is the fire player can run away with the thugs, and these wrath blades, their ability might burn out, and then they do 60% less damage. Then the thugs will completely destroy them. So they're annoying to use, and people don't like them for that. But if you can get a life weaving on them or something and get them near an enemy well, or they can do tremendous damage. Phase towers, I'm sure you're aware of how to use them. You can relocate them near the enemy uh, structures or whatever and then bring them back. When you play Frost Tier 2, they're really useful to have because you can repair them and then bring them back and whatever. Blah, 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 blah. Is there anything I have missed about Shadow Tier 1? I think I pretty much covered it. There are some other things like Nox spamming nature, but I already showed you that in a video. And you know, as one's about to die, you motivate it. But okay, so that's generally Shadow Tier 1 and some nice little tactics you can use with Shadow units. Obviously, the main thing that'll make the most difference, even if you use no spells, is just to micro really well. Make sure you always keep like a Swift unit in the middle and have shooters around. It's just a nice tactic. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video.